Lucy, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you.
Good. You enjoying the festival so far?
I'm having a great time, yeah.
Just arrived.
Yeah.
Lucy, you're the founder. Is that what we're calling you these days? The founder of Messy Church.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I am. I'm one of the group. I get
Okay.
the credit for it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was a group of us, a team right from the start.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about maybe how it started and then how because it's developed into a massive ministry now all over the country. I'm sure loads of people know about it. We certainly know about Swan Bank, but maybe tell us where the seed of the idea came from.
I think it grew out of the need of the local church. We were just not reaching families. We were doing what we did well, but somehow it just wasn't reaching new families. And we felt a real responsibility to share the gospel, but didn't know how. And at the same time, I was chatting to my colleagues at BRF about the need to nurture children in an all-age setting, with the parents there as well, or their grandparents, just intergenerationally. And somehow we brought all that together in the church I was in at the time and said, what would happen if we really tried to reach children and their families and do something for them to come to together? And that's where Messy Church began.
And you didn't start out thinking, what I'm going to have is loads of Messy Churches all over the country. It just started out in your church, right?
It did. And to be honest, if we had known how big it was going to get, I don't think we could have started because we'd have been so scared of getting it wrong. God was very gracious.
What have you learned?
with us.
What have you learned through Messy Church that you think, I've only known this when we started? What are some of the things you've learned along the way?
I think probably one of the main things is that it really is God's work, not ours. That we can just run behind him going, wait for us. But actually it's him, because every church has good ideas and wonderful projects. And there's nothing special about Messy Church. It's just that God chose to make this particular thing fly.
Right.
So, which is lovely, very exciting.
So Messy Church has turned into, like I was just saying, it's all over the country. For those that don't know what it is, it's like creative, family-friendly activities. One of the things, I guess, you'll tell me if I'm wrong. Activities all around the country. What are some of the stories you've heard through Messy Church? Have you got some particular? That's a hard question, I recognise.
I think one of the recent ones was a lady who came to present at a meeting with one of my colleagues, and my colleague did the sort of "this is what Messy Church is" and described it, and then this lady stood up and just blew everyone away because she said, "I'd never been to church before. And then I saw this Messy Church advertised at my local church. I've got a child, 5-year-old, so I went along to it. And I just warmed up and I've been baptised. My child's been baptised.
Wow.
I'm now on the team of the Messy Church. And it's kind of, wow, God working with the local church to just bring somebody along that he just got ready for that moment. So very exciting.
And your role's changed, I guess, as Messy Church ministry has grown. You've kind of had to develop yourself. What are you doing now in the role of Messy Church?
I think the most important thing I do is actually to be on the leadership team of my own Messy Church.
Right.
Because it keeps my feet on the ground.
Absolutely.
And it stops me just pontificating about how it should be.
Yep.
And it keeps me, really rooted and grounded. So that's really important. But my job with BRF is mostly about advocacy, helping people to understand what Messy Church is, about training, helping people do it better and start well as well. And speaking at events, travelling, just trying to keep the network together, grow the relationships for the future as well as the present.
And is there exciting things planned for Messy Church? Like what? How do you grow? Like how do you move Messy Church forward? Because it's become quite an animal, I guess. It's like how many is there across the country?
About 3,700 registered ones. Yeah,
and
around the world.
I heard that yesterday. They're all over the world now, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So how are you growing that? What's the kind of? Is there a grand plan or?
Well,
I know, sorry. I'm asking difficult questions.
Do we have strategy?
Yeah.
It's a mixture of dealing with things as they arrive and all the opportunities that come up. And there are so many opportunities. And taking the initiative. So some of the stuff that we're working on at the moment are projects, really. So we've just completed the Messy Church Does Science project, which is really exciting.
That's great.
The book comes out next month, which will be brilliant. And we're working on Messy Vintage with the Gift of Years Ministry at BRF. And that's really exciting. So taking Messy Church to older people, that'd be fabulous.
Because actually it has got, I think what we find, certainly the way we have used it at Swan Bank is, all age worship's kind of become a bit the traditional form of how to do it all age, hasn't it? And you've kind of refreshed and renewed that for all ages. We do craft groups that are older people that looks exactly the same as Messy Church, and I think it's just an incredible ministry. Well done.
Yeah. Well,
done.
it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
God,
just,
isn't it? But well done.
I think it's just for every messy church leader. It's kind of sticking with
Yeah.
it when the going gets
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
because it's not fun all the time.
Yeah, no.
But you know, every messy church we do, we think, oh, it's completely exhausting, but it was worth it.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the exciting
Tell
thing.
us what you're doing here at Festival. So you're doing a seminar,
I'm doing
aren't
a
you?
seminar on hospitality.
Great.
Yeah.
And if people want to find out more, maybe they are doing messy churches and have run out of ideas. Maybe they're never heard about messy church before, but like the sound of it. Where do they go to find
The
that?
website is the
Okay.
best place, messychurch.org.uk, and that's the best. There's so much on it, so just have a
Right.
have a sort of rundle through there and see what there is.
And here's my final idea, right? Here's my question. So for those people who are doing really good stuff in churches, which was you many years ago, I'm sure, we're doing a really good idea in churches. What is the way to continue to grow that ministry? If they're like got ideas like Messy Church for You, what is your advice to those people?
A lot of prayer, and getting people to pray for you. So it's not just you and God, but a community of prayer.
Fantastic.
I think that's the main thing. Just to keep, you know, all the great ideas in the world, they're nothing if God's not behind them. Then you know, so prayer all the time.
Lucy, it's been a pleasure to interview you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you've got a seminar.
Yep.
Or head over to the BRF stall if they're here, or go online.
Brilliant.
Message Church. You can do any of those things, and you'll
That's
find
great.
out.
Lovely.
That's great, guys. If you
Thank
stay
you.
tuned, we'll have more interviews in just a second. See you later.